Hello, I'm Kay Johnson, Executive Director of Human Rights, Equity, and Accessibility at the University of Windsor. Welcome to the 2021 Annual OHREA Awards. I'd like to start by recognizing that the University of Windsor is on the traditional territory of the Three Fires Confederacy, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi. It is important that we recognize the land and the original peoples of this land and the connection of both to each other. The OHREA Awards are held on or close to December 10th, the United Nations Human Rights Day, which was declared in 1950. The purpose is to highlight the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was adopted in 1948. It is important that we celebrate the work that people have been doing over generations towards eliminating injustice and towards making our world a better place. Many sacrifices have been made, and many sacrifices continue to be made. These awards offer an opportunity for us to pause and think about the everyday ways in which we can make a difference. We recognize that our world, our society, and our university community have a long way to go to address anti-Black racism, anti-Indigenous racism, anti-Asian racism, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, racism against other racialized and ethnic groups, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, sexism, classism, and other oppressions that dehumanize, marginalize, and oppress. The OHREA Awards recognize and celebrate the contributions made by individuals and groups who advance human rights, social justice, inclusivity, employment equity, mental health, and accessibility at the University of Windsor. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the OHREA Awards ceremony.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Gordon, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Windsor. Welcome to the 8th Annual Office of Human Rights, Equity, and Accessibility Awards, and our second virtual event. This year, the awards coincide with Human Rights Day, celebrated internationally on December the 10th. On this day, over 70 years ago, the UN General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that states, "We can take action in our own daily lives to uphold the rights that protect us all and thereby promote the kinship of all human beings." This statement is at the heart of the OHREA Awards and all we do here at the University of Windsor. It is an opportunity for our community to celebrate and share the important work our faculty, staff, and students are doing. In our labs, learning and workspaces, we strive to enhance human rights, mental health, equity, and accessibility. Today's winners are truly inspiring and reflect the university's positive community spirit. Through education, scholarship, research, and engagement, you have shown what we are all capable of when we employ innovative thinking, ingenuity, and creativity. We have come a long way, but there is more work to be done. Congratulations to all of our 2021 OHREA Award winners. Thank you for doing your part in creating a better world that is fair and truly equitable.
The Accessibility Award is given to those who have contributed to increasing accessibility on campus. Accessibility can be improved by adjustments to physical space, improved customer service, contributions to accessible education, training, and awareness, supporting accessible employment, and finally creating more accessible information and communications on campus. I'm happy to announce that this year's recipient is Sarah Hughes. Sarah is a student at the University of Windsor in the Faculty of Social Work. Currently, she is a second-year representative and Discord coordinator with the Disability Studies Student Association. She's also a member of the planning committee for the university's Accessibility Awareness Days event. Sarah is deeply passionate about supporting students as they deal with challenges related to accessibility, accommodation, and mental health. In addition to her formal volunteer roles on campus, Sarah has done so much for other students. Through her own time and effort, she has successfully created an online community and network of support for students to provide tips for success, information about resources, encouragement, and to share coping strategies. Sarah demonstrates how students helping students contribute to a stronger, inclusive, and a compassionate community. Sarah has a passion for increasing accessibility on campus and in the Windsor-Essex County area. Her enthusiasm for accessibility is truly contagious, and her drive to better the lives of individuals in our community makes her most deserving of this award. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you very much for this award, and thank you very much for the people who nominated me for this award. I'd like to thank all my friends and family and all the people in my support team who have supported me. I'd also like to thank my DSSA community, Disability Studies Student Association, along with ASI, Autism Services Incorporation, who have led me towards disability studies. Receiving this award will serve as a reminder going forward to continue to strive towards self-improvement and to serve my fellow students and community.
The Employment Equity Award is given to those who have contributed to the advancement of employment equity at the University of Windsor. This year's recipient of the Employment Equity Award 2021 goes to Daniela Bolio. She was hired in 2005 as an Employment Equity Assistant in the Office of Human Resources at the University of Windsor and held that role for 3 years. In 2015, she returned to employment equity as the Employment Equity Manager in the Office of Human Rights, Equity, and Accessibility. She then moved on to various leadership roles within the university, such as the Executive Director, Academic and Staff Labor and Employee Relations in the Office of Human Resources, Executive Director, Academic Initiatives reporting to the Office of the Provost and the Vice President, Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and currently as the Acting Vice President of Human Resources. For over 13 years, she has served on numerous executive search committees and managerial and staff hiring committees as an equity assessor to ensure the practice is fair, consistent, and equitable. She has also participated as an active member in important initiatives and committees at the university, such as Sexual Misconduct Policy Review Committee, Human Rights Policy Working Group, the former chair of the Accessible Employment Committee, Review Committee on Employment Equity Coordinating Committee, President's Committee on Diversity and Inclusion, and the list just goes on. With her strong background of employment equity, she has raised awareness and shared her expertise to further advance employment equity within all roles she has held at the university. Described as supportive and resourceful, Daniela has consistently built positive and inclusive relationships with those she has worked with at the university and beyond. Please join me in congratulating Daniela as this year's recipient of the Employment Equity Award 2021.
I want to begin by acknowledging what an honor it is to receive the annual OHREA Award for Employment Equity and how humbled I am to be amongst the many dedicated individuals that have worked and continue to work towards realizing a more representative, inclusive, and just campus community. My journey with respect to employment equity began many years ago when, as an undergraduate student in one of my women's studies classes at the University of Windsor, we were asked to read the document, Equality in Employment, a Royal Commission report by Judge Rosalie Silberman Abella, who, in the mid-80s, was appointed to inquire into the most efficient, effective, and equitable means of promoting employment opportunities for and eliminating systemic discrimination against the 4 designated groups. As I look back on this report now and reflect on the statement that the Commission views employment equity as a function of an employer's human resource and strategic planning operation and has recommended that employers be given flexibility in the redesign of their employment practices, I feel confident now more than ever that there is a renewed commitment to employment equity and that there are significant initiatives and actions driving our campus community to reach our employment equity goals. At the same time, our campus community has moved towards principles of employment equity that go beyond simply goals of representation, and that employment equity must go hand in hand with a workplace culture in which all individuals feel a sense of inclusion and belonging. I am proud to have been able to play a part in this journey over the last 15 years and will continue to support and advance these principles. Thank you.
Rights and Social Justice Award is given to those who have contributed to fostering a culture of respect for human rights and work towards the advancement of social justice at the University of Windsor and beyond. This year's recipient is Jasleen Dial. Jasleen is an undergrad student majoring in political science at the University of Windsor. She currently holds the role of president of the University of Windsor Student Alliance, was the former vice president of Student Life, was the WIMIC Center coordinator, serves on several mental health initiatives, as well as various committees, and in collaboration supporting on-campus initiatives, and so much more. In addition to Jasleen being actively involved in various groups and committees, she has been described as showing advocacy and grows allyship not only through the promotion of inclusivity, but also by skillfully leveraging financial support towards strengthening a culture of inclusivity and shining a light on human rights while working to reduce barriers. Examples of groups that have received donations with Jasleen's influence and endorsements include Windsor Islamic Center, Jewish Community Center to combat anti-Semitism, Canadian Red Cross to provide humanitarian aid, and September 30th Orange Shirt Day to support Indigenous U Windsor students. Jasleen is further described as being a leader who has a passion and commitment to supporting people and has a high level of compassion and empathy, which help to bring human rights and social justice issues to the forefront. Her resourcefulness, determination, and action-oriented approach have been successfully demonstrated by her many worthy contributions. And it is with great pleasure that we present the Human Rights and Social Justice Award to Jasleen Dial.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to extend my sincerest gratitude to OHREA for presenting me with the Human Rights and Social Justice Award. Today I recall an evening of my first year of university where I was passing by the CEW Student Center and watched a meeting of the UWSA Board of Directors. After seeing so many student leaders in that room, I researched everything I could about the UWSA that same night. From board director to vice president student life to now president, it's an event that I believe truly changed the trajectory of my undergraduate career, as if it wasn't for that board meeting, I possibly wouldn't be here today giving this speech. It gives me much honor to be able to represent our students who are at the core of this institution on various committees, at community events, and so much more. I thank my friends and family who have supported me in my endeavors, staff at UWindsor for empowering me, and most of all, the students at the University of Windsor for believing in me. I credit much of who I am today to the faith and support you've all given me during my term at the UWSA, as it's made my years at the University of Windsor nothing short of an amazing time. Thank you all for everything you've done for me, as it means a lot.
I'm pleased to present the next award, which is given to those who have contributed to engaging students, faculty, or staff in removing the stigma associated with mental illness, removing barriers for inclusion, and promoting mental health well-being. This year's Mental Health Champion Award recipient is Clementa Stan. Clementa has had several roles during her time at the university and is currently a career advising coordinator in the Odette School of Business. Clementa has been recognized for going to great lengths to assist the campus community in many ways, which includes providing a tremendous amount of support to students in her program and others who may be dealing with their mental health. Besides supporting colleagues and students, Clementa has been a driving force in Windsor and Essex County to raise awareness and understanding of matters related to mental health and how it affects not only those living with the condition and its stigma, but also the family and caregivers of those impacted. She has been a board member of the Hotel Dieu Grace Healthcare Advisory Council for Mental Health since 2015. She recently launched the Caregiver Initiative to help support caregivers of individuals with mental illness or addictions. This type of initiative is essential to overcoming the stigma that individuals, family members, and loved ones live with every day. Over Clementa's time at the university, she has earned the respect and gratitude of students, colleagues, and community partners that she serves. Clementa embodies the attributes of mental health champion, and for this we say both thank you and congratulations.
Gandhi once said that the true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. As a mental health advocate, I strive to be a small part in changing how our society views and treats mental illness. I believe that the best tool in igniting this change is education. Education that mental illness is an illness, that it is not a choice, that open minds and open conversations are great steps in ending the stigma and the discrimination that people living with mental illness face every single day. It's an honor to receive the Mental Health Champion Award, and I want to share in the recognition with Dr. Edward Cruz from the Faculty of Nursing at the University of Windsor and our friends at Hotel Dieu Grace Healthcare for their support in advancing scholarship and education in this area. As an African saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And together we can go far in making a meaningful impact in the lives of fellow humans living with mental illness and their families. Thank you.
The overall OHREA Award is given to those who have contributed to the advancement of culture, diversity, and inclusivity at the University of Windsor. This award may include aspects of accessibility, employment equity, diversity, human rights, and social justice promotion. This year's recipient is Shushan Zhao. Dr. Zhou partnered with the International Student Center and used her personal experiences to help international students at the University of Windsor. In addition, she has been leading the English Conversation Group for more than 8 years now. The English Conversation Group meets once a week and gives students the opportunity to speak and practice their English in a safe and supportive environment. Dr. Zhou has created a team of staff and librarians who bring their expertise to the groups every week. The English Conversation Group has expanded outside of Leddy Library and is also offered in the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences to allow more opportunities for students to join. We would like to congratulate Dr. Zhou for her contributions to culture, diversity, and inclusivity at the University of Windsor.
Thank you so much to give me this award. I really appreciate. Since I'm working in Leddy Library for almost 15 years and working with the English Conversation Group for almost 9 years, so I really enjoy my work with the international student. I think I can help them a little bit to settle in University of Windsor and the city of the Windsor. So anyway, I enjoy my work with the international student and also enjoy as a librarianship. Thank you so much for giving me this award.
Thank you for joining us for the annual OHREA Awards. We would like to express our thanks to the University of Windsor community as we celebrate the contributions made by individuals and groups to advance human rights, social justice, employment equity, and accessibility. OHREA would also like to thank the many committees that work throughout the year to create a more inclusive and welcoming learning environment. Each year, for every OHREA Awards, we have featured an organization to support. This year, we are welcoming donations to Street Help Windsor. We would like to thank everyone who have made donations so far, and if you are still interested in contributing, you can visit the link displayed on the screen. Thank you to the students who worked on the OHREA Awards last year, and thank you to our OHREA Awards coordinator, Sydney Talbot. Once again, thank you.